The Bulls versus the Bears. Get in the game. www.tackletrading.com.
Hello everybody, this is Coach D with TackleTrading.com, here to give you a quick market update and recap. Starting out in the Trade Center, you take a look at the world map here, you can see that across the board we had Asian markets up, European markets up for the most part, S&P up big time. Let's take a quick look at the heat maps. You jump into the heat maps, you'll be able to see very, very quickly that across the board we had really strong performance today across all sectors and groups. If we were to drop out, let me go grab the chart of the S&P index here. We can look at the S&P, and in my stock report I talked about the market being in a consolidation pattern, and it's still for the most part in that consolidation pattern. It's pressuring the top side of it, but we see the market making the big higher lows, which is your general part of that consolidation pattern. Here's the big heavy drop, which is your preceding sentiment, and then you're still in the general consolidation ballpark in that neighborhood. So it's going to be pressuring that. Now, the big thing I think the market's going to be playing and waiting for, in my estimation, will be the general economic outlook. If we go look at our economic calendar, that's going to be a big part of what's coming up. Not a lot on the docket this week. We've got a short week coming off the holiday, and we jump in and look at what's coming up this week. Nothing major. We got some jobless claims, some consumer price indexes, some producers price indexes, etc., etc. But if we go look at what's coming up next week, if we go look at next week here, we can see it's a big week. We got some retail sales, industrial production, consumer price index, and the real big stuff coming out on Thursday the 17th is the FOMC, Federal Open Market Committee meeting coming out. We're going to see a policy statement and whether or not the Feds are going to be raising the interest rate. So that's kind of a big deal next week, and so keep an eye on the market heading in to that. So we kind of look at the way the market is. It closed up near the highs. It did so on typical volume, nothing over the top, typical volume. You'll see very, very similar reaction on the NASDAQ. Same type of thing, pressuring the known resistance zone. Let's take a look at the Dow. Very, very similar. You're seeing it kind of pressuring the zone, kind of pushing that ballpark up in there. And then let's look at the Russell 2000. And it's kind of the stronger of the bunch. It's got a bit of a violation there. That one's showing some strength, but it still hasn't cleared a pivot point. It's got to take out a resistance, got some downward movement. I still kind of see this whole scenario as just general bearish retracements, especially when we're looking at the E-mini S&P. You're kind of looking at the overall posture here. Still thinking bear pennant. If a consolidation pattern can break either way, it's not uncommon for it to shuck then jive, kind of break out and reverse, but keep an eye on that. Watch the futures overnight. Watch to see how they're trading into the open. That'll give you a strong idea of which way the market is heading in sentiment-wise into the open. And that could be a strong indication. If it does break out, we got some good bullish candidates for you on the stock report and options report. If it reverses and consolidates inside, we might not see it really make a big decision until next week when we see the Feds make their announcements. Now, that being said, trade what you see, not what you think. Make sure you're using appropriate position sizing, stop losses, adjustments, hedging techniques, that you always have a predetermined outcome and you stick to your risk profiles. That's the smartest way. Some great information coming out this week on tackle trading. If you get a chance to go in and look at some of the things we have in the newsletter, scouting reports, we got the commodities reports. Hit the homepage. We'd love to see you guys in the chat room, and then we put out a nice little assignment for us this week to generate and see if we can co-collaborate and crowdsource on a trading journal. So drop into the clubhouse and we'll get the details for you on that, so that we can, those of you who have Excel skills, we want to use the think tank together to come up with just the best trading journal you've ever seen. This is Coach D with TackleTrading.com. Look forward to seeing you in the clubhouse.
Get off the sidelines and take control of your financial future at www.tackletrading.com. Get in the game.